All right, guys, welcome back. Natalie Newhart here, founder of Fit Addicted Nutrition. And today what we're going to be talking about is, I often get the question of, can I have fruit? What kind of fruit can I have? And so I really want to go over something that really helped me understand where fruit can really play a role when it comes to, like how much fruit can you have and still achieve your body goals, and what kind of fruit should you have? And so what I'm going to draw your attention to is this chart here. Okay. And so basically what we've got here is, 4 different categories of food. Okay. So we've got grains and starches. So these are going to be things like bread, crackers, potatoes, rice, those kind of things. And then we have high sugar fruits, which are going to be like bananas, mangoes, oranges, grapes, those kind of fruits. Then we have low sugar fruits. And these are going to be things like apples, pears, and berries. And then veggies over here. So cauliflower, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, squash, zucchini, those kind of things, okay? And so what I want to show you is that what we're looking at when it comes to, each one of these types of food is the content of sugar, how much sugar there's in it, how much fiber, and how much water is in each one of these foods, okay? Because what matters is the ratio of starchy food to fiber food, the ratio of starch, like the ratio of sugar to fiber to water, okay? And so what we have here when it comes to the grains and the starches, the orange is going to be your starch, like the sugar, okay? All starches come down to sugar, and so that's what the orange is. That represents your sugar. And so with grains and starches, the sugar load is actually really high. Regardless if it's a potato or rice or candy or crackers or bread, okay, the sugar content is really high in relation to how much fiber is in it. So when you look at the nutrition label off like Ritz crackers or something like that, the carbs is going to be very high compared to how much fiber is in it. And then also compared to how much water's in it, right? So there's very little water in these types of processed foods, these sort of white foods, okay? And it's that makes it very much of a high insulin type food, right? A very high fat storing type food. Then you have your high sugar fruits, okay? So I've got them broken down to high sugar fruits and low sugar fruits. High sugar fruits are the ones that are like more sweeter, higher in carb, and so the high sugar fruits are going to have a much higher sugar content. They will have more fiber than, and that might be like, that might have to like get raised. It's more like up here because it's more than bread, okay, more than these, but it has more fiber and more water than grains and starches, which makes it a food that's going to fill you up more. It's going to have less of an insulin response. And so it won't be as much of a fat storing type food. But then we have low sugar fruits. Low sugar fruits like apples, pears, and berries, these are going to be things that have lower sugar content with higher in relation to their fiber and their water. So they'll have way more fiber for that food, and more water in comparison to how much sugar is there. Okay, and so that is going to be super helpful for keeping you fuller longer. The fiber content and the water content is going to keep you fuller longer, and you'll have less of a spike of sugar or insulin with these low sugar fruits, okay? And then last but not least, veggies. This is what veggies look like. The sugar content is super low, but the fiber content and the water is super high. So these foods are going to be the best for this reason, because they will keep you fuller longer with very little sugar or insulin spike, okay? And so we really want to be focused on the foods that are lowest in sugar and that are highest in fiber and water, okay? And so you'll if you actually incorporate low sugar fruits and veggies into your diet, you will start to see fat loss and without even having to track food, okay? You can literally eat almost as much of these two foods as you want and still lose weight, okay? And so this is why when people ask me is it okay to have fruit, I say, yeah, fruit is totally okay. Any food is actually okay. Any of it is okay. Nothing is off limits. Just be aware that, hey, if we are going to choose fruit, if you're going to choose the high sugar fruits, choose it in moderation. And if it's something that you're gonna have on a consistent basis, at least choose a low sugar fruit, okay? And if you eat only non-starchy veggies and low sugar fruit, right, you won't have to count a thing. And so that's pretty cool, right? So again, fruit is okay. It's just, you know, play with, you want these in moderation, the stuff on the left in moderation, and a lot more of this, especially if you want to go, if you're trying to lose weight without tracking food, and you really want this to be an intuitive process, then you definitely want to stick to the right side of this chart, okay? So super simple. Hopefully that helps you just kind of lay things out, and that's it. So hopefully you guys learned something. Much love to you all. We'll see you guys in the next